Hi. Communication is such a key part to how well we manage what's going on in our life with Alzheimer's or related dementias. I thought I'd share a few points that are in my book, Pathways, a guidebook for dementia and Alzheimer's family caregivers. I incorporated this particular piece in my book and gave full credit to the people who designed it. I was introduced to this piece so many years ago when I was caring for my mother, and I just found it to be profound. It's available through the Alzheimer's Association. It's given out all the time, and as I said, I did give full credit in my book. Most often when people receive it, they'll start reading it and they'll say, "Oh my God, I've been doing it all wrong." Oh, it's okay. Here's the good news. You are now on a clear path to a successful ride because you are going to become familiar with the do's, the don'ts, and the remember. Let me just cover a few points in particular. I love what Eileen Driscoll, an RN, said. Once dementia is diagnosed, the patient is excused 100% of the time. That's rule number one. It absolutely is. Let me help you appreciate that when someone is diagnosed with Alzheimer's or other related form of dementia, they have a disability. It opens up the whole American Act with disabilities as well, and that is another conversation. But I want you to appreciate that this is a disability. And keep in mind where they look just fine and nobody can imagine why your life is difficult with them at home. They walk right. They seem right. Most of the time, when they speak and communicate, it sounds okay. So you don't really focus on what's missing. This is a disability, and I'm emphasizing this to help you, like I had to, program. If they could, they would. They're not doing these things on purpose. There will be times that you think they're playing with you. I promise you, it's the disease playing with them. So, what we learn: do not argue. Don't try to use reason. Don't remind them when they forget things. It's not a great idea to say to somebody, "Don't you remember?" Really? I know you're frustrated. And you want to take those words back the minute they float out of your mouth. So work really hard at not saying that. I'm going to ask you to adapt and apply this particular request to become a new part of your life. Get ready. Don't take it personally. It's going to be difficult not to take it personally. Now let's get into some of the remember. I need my glasses. They are not crazy and they are not lazy. They have a disability. Their memory is being impacted. Their gait's a little off. Some of the behaviors are not what you associated with them before. There are going to be some days when they just seem like normal, but they're really not. They're functioning pretty well that day, but there'll be some miscues. Remember that idea. They're not necessarily firing on all cylinders. As I mentioned earlier, their disability is memory loss, and they can't do anything about it. Oh, they are not hiding things. They have put them in a safe place so someone doesn't steal them. I could tell you volumes of conversations and the histrionics with my mother over things that were stolen in her house, where she always put things, but they weren't there anymore. Because what used to be normal wasn't normal. Patterns changed. The little kids did not come in and steal the money. They didn't take this, they didn't do that. You're going to live through some of these things. They're moving things for safekeeping because they're going to develop a sense of discomfort, distrust around. And it is not easy to stay on top of these things. Hearing aids get lost into safe places a lot. So do dentures. Amazing. I want you to appreciate, please, that they are scared most of the time. What is really essential that we understand is that the person we love, who is now impacted by memory loss, knows that they are changing. They know they're slipping. They're angry. They're frightened. They can't stop it. They're not in control. So it's incumbent on us to be a lot more patient, to be understanding. This is where knowledge is so key. Communication covers a multitude of areas in your life. It's more than the spoken word or the written word. You're going to communicate through your attitude, through your body language. Just allow yourself to understand this. When we know the enemy, then we're a little more prepared for it. Let me tell you, this is an enemy you are not going to outsmart. But you can be damn cagey. You can know what's coming or anticipate a pretty good idea. And when you do that, I can tell you from life's experience with my own family, it does take the edge off. Learning to appreciate the behavior changes, what you can. It's through learning that you will come to appreciate and expect some future calls. Make it a lot easier for you. I guarantee it'll make it easier for them, and that's why it makes it easier for you. Thanks.